Let me ask you something. Have you ever looked at your bank account and thought, okay, I'm not broke, but I also don't feel ahead? Like your bills are paid, you're not panicking, but somehow, month after month, you're just stuck. You're earning more than you used to. You're trying to be responsible, and yet your net worth barely moves. If that feels uncomfortably familiar, yeah, same story I hear over and over again. Because here's the thing. Most people think money problems come from big bad decisions. But in reality, they come from small decisions you don't even realize you're making. And today I'm breaking down 7 money decisions you're making without realizing it. Decisions that quietly keep people stuck in the same financial place for years. My name is John, and I spend way too much time thinking about money, behavior, and why smart people keep making bad financial decisions. If you're someone who works hard, earns decent money, but still feels like financial progress is slower than it should be, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. All right, let's get into it. Decision number 1. You're letting your income dictate your lifestyle automatically. Here's what most people don't realize. Every time your income goes up, even a little, your lifestyle quietly follows it. Not because you're reckless, not because you're bad with money, but because humans adapt insanely fast. Psychologists call this hedonic adaptation. Translation: whatever your new normal is, it stops feeling special almost immediately. So let's say you get a $500 per month raise. On paper, that's $6,000 a year. That could be invested. That could accelerate your net worth. But instead, $150 goes to eating out a bit more. $120 goes to a nicer phone plan. $80 goes to random Amazon stuff. $150 just disappears. And suddenly your financial life looks exactly the same as before. Now you might be thinking, but John, I deserve to enjoy my money. Of course you do. But here's the problem. If your lifestyle automatically expands with income, wealth never has room to grow. Actionable fix. Every time your income increases, lock in a rule. At least 50% of every raise goes toward investing or debt reduction before you adjust your lifestyle. No debate, no vibes-based decisions. Decision number 2, you're optimizing monthly payments instead of total cost. Look, this one drives me slightly crazy. People say they're good with money because they found a lower monthly payment, but monthly payments are one of the most expensive illusions in personal finance. Let me give you a real example. A $40,000 car, 72-month loan, 7% interest, $680 per month. Sounds manageable, right? But over the life of that loan, you'll pay over $48,000. That's $8,000 in interest for the privilege of spreading pain over time. This is where it gets really interesting. According to Experian, the average new car loan in the US is now over 69 months. People aren't buying cheaper cars. They're just financing longer. Psychologically, your brain prefers smaller recurring pain over larger upfront pain, even if the total damage is worse. Actionable fix. Before agreeing to any purchase, ask one question. What is the total cost, not the monthly cost? If the total makes you uncomfortable, that's your answer. Decision number 3, you're keeping too much cash because it feels safe. This one feels responsible, but quietly costs people a fortune. A lot of people say, I like having cash because it gives me peace of mind. Totally fair. But let's talk numbers. Historically, inflation averages about 3% per year. High-yield savings accounts might give you 4 to 5% today, but that's not guaranteed long-term. Meanwhile, the S&P 500 has averaged roughly 10% annually over long periods. Now imagine this. You keep $50,000 in cash for 10 years at 3% real return. You end up with about $67,000. Invest that same $50,000 at 10%, you're looking at $129,000. That's a $62,000 difference from doing nothing but choosing comfort. Here's what most people don't realize. Cash feels safe short-term, but it's risky long-term. Actionable fix. Keep 3 to 6 months of expenses in cash. Everything beyond that should have a job, investing, paying down high-interest debt, or growing. Decision number 4. You're delaying investing until you feel ready. Um, this one is sneaky. People don't say, I don't believe in investing. They say, I'm still learning. I'll start once things stabilize. I want to wait for the right time. But readiness is a feeling, and feelings are terrible financial advisors. Here's a stat that should bother you. According to Vanguard, time in the market beats timing the market over 90% of the time. Let's do the math. If you invest $500 per month starting at age 25 at 8%, you end up with approximately $1.4 million by 65. Wait until 35? About $650,000? Same money per month, 10 years later. Half the result. That gap isn't skill, it's time. Actionable fix. Start embarrassingly simple. Low-cost index fund. Automatic monthly contribution. No overthinking. You don't need confidence. You need consistency. Decision number 5. You're copying other people's financial goals. Look, comparison is unavoidable. You see, friends buying houses, co-workers leasing new cars, people online winning financially. So without realizing it, you adopt someone else's finish line. But here's the issue. You don't see their debt. You don't see their stress. You don't see what they sacrifice. Psychologically, humans are wired to follow social proof, even when it's irrational. This is how people buy homes too early, upgrade lifestyles too fast, chase status instead of freedom. Actionable fix, define your metrics. Net worth number, monthly freedom number, stress-free spending level. If a purchase doesn't move you closer to those, it's a distraction. Decision number 6, you're treating debt as normal instead of dangerous. This is where I get a little frustrated because this mindset is everywhere. Student loans, car loans, credit cards. People say that's just how life works. But normalization doesn't make something harmless. Let's say you carry $8,000 on a credit card at 22% interest. If you only make minimum payments, you'll pay over $15,000 total. That's nearly double the original purchase for stuff you probably don't even remember buying. Debt creates reduced flexibility, higher stress, fewer opportunities. And worst of all, it delays wealth-building years into the future. Actionable fix. Attack high-interest debt aggressively. Snowball or avalanche method. Temporary lifestyle tightening. Redirect freed-up payments into investing. Debt freedom compounds emotionally and financially. Decision number 7. You're underestimating how powerful boring consistency is. This might be the most important one. People want the perfect strategy, the optimal portfolio, the right move. But wealth isn't built through genius. It's built through boring, repeatable behavior. Let me tell you a quick story. I've seen people making $60,000 quietly build six-figure net worths, while others making $150,000 stay stuck. The difference wasn't intelligence, it was automatic investing, controlled lifestyle growth, long-term thinking. Here's what most people don't realize. Consistency removes decision fatigue. Once systems are in place, progress becomes inevitable. Actionable fix. Set up. Automatic investing. Automatic savings increases. Clear financial rules. Then get out of your own way. Look, none of these decisions make you bad with money. They make you human. But awareness changes everything. Because once you see these patterns, you can interrupt them. And once you interrupt them, progress accelerates fast. If this video helped you spot even one hidden money decision, do me a favor. Hit like, subscribe for weekly breakdowns like this, and comment below which one hit you the hardest. Your future self will thank you for paying attention today. I'll see you in the next one.